Boom, boom. This is Kendra, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is having a good weekend so far. Let's go ahead and look a little bit at Soul Land Reloaded. So I really wasn't going to do much of a video today simply because of the fact that I did one yesterday and covered mostly everything, but we had a bunch of changes and I had a massive jump in my BP. And this was because of the giant Dragon Jin Yu event, not because of the actual, but because of these actually right here, because I was able to max out my Emerald Jade Phoenix. So got a huge, massive jump in BP when I maxed this, finished the upgrade on that, and of course it is all the transfers are done on this as well as, so that it was a huge jump in the BP. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got going on. So mostly all of the external events are pretty much standard events at this point. Okay, nothing under time limited. Okay, just standard stuff. It's a 2-shard day, so if you're short any shards on the elite bosses, this would be a time to do it. The elite bosses are the ones on the elite stage, not the regular mats from the regular story mode, but from the elite stage, which is the secondary one. So you can get double shards from that. The elite mode also has character shards in there. So if you're looking for some S's, now would be a good time to maybe throw some stamina. I would just do the 3 and then go to the next one, because you need more than 3 and you have to pay for new tries. But just do the 3. That's going to guarantee you 4 shards of an S character, so that's very good. So let's take a look and see what we got other than that. We got the daily events, nothing really going on here, pretty much standard. We do have the active wheel. This is up, of course, over the weekend. You should definitely be clearing this. You should clear this every single day, and that accumulates the actual boxes. And you definitely want to get to the spiritual shard at the end. Also, make sure you claim the daily pack, which is available each day. This is just good stuff. You've got 20 universal shards. Of course, always want to get some diamonds. That's right. You got the Pontiff. You've got token boxes. So this is really good. It's stuff that you can easily get, and you get the draws from just using stamina, running the standard story mode to get the mats. So it's definitely something that you want to participate in. We've also got have to do up course every day. You should be completing that. Sue King's concert, of course, still going on, and the Dragon Jin Yu on its last day. So today is the last day. Now, there's some really good stuff in here. Make sure that you do get that. Okay. You definitely want to get the shards for Jin. You should be able to complete him with this. So definitely want to get those. Make sure you do all the Soul Beast invasions. Even if you do not need Scorpion shards, which I don't, you can still turn them in and get some currency for the Spirit Shop. So it's definitely something to look at. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about, which I think gets ignored a lot, is the fact of the Shrek Academy. This is an exceedingly important event that you should be doing. You get 4 trials on this each week. Okay? And the reason is because the Academy is shop. As you can see, this has got some really good stuff in here, especially the EXP. But to run it, the only way to get the actual currency is to actually run the squad. Okay, so it's definitely good to go ahead and sign up and do that, just so you can get that. But it also has other stuff in terms of the rewards. So as you can see, you can get more shards throughout here, and it's not really difficult to get this, but what I do like is the XP. That's straight EXP. So it's best. I know it's a little annoying because the fact that you can skip the battle, but you have to actually start it, choose it. So you have to go through the motions. So it does take, it can run anywhere from 5 to 25 to 30 minutes. You have to win 10 battles. Once you win 10 battles, it ends. Okay. But if you don't win 10 battles, even if you don't, you still get the points, and some of those points can then be used to get the currency for the shop. You want to try to keep between 25 and 50,000 inside of that shop, because whenever those mats reset in there, you want to make sure that you do get those. Okay, because that's 30 shards. twice, so that would be 60 plus the standard straight EXP that you can use. So it's definitely something that you want to try to get all of the mats weekly. And you get 4-day, and I know it's a little bit annoying, and I know people don't like to do it. The one word I hear from everybody is boring. Well, yeah, it is a little bit boring, but it's fun because it's all chance. Sometimes you'll draw a team which is just a complete joke, and then sometimes you'll draw a team and you'll get lucky and get an SS or something like that. So you proceed pretty far. I've beat it several times. I've hit in the 10. A lot of it has to do with just strategy with what you get. Okay, and that's what's nice about it is because and that's why they call it the academy, is because you're learning. You're learning about what each characters are, what some good team comps are. So unfortunately, it's predominantly S-based characters. You're not going to get an SS character all the time. So once you start using SS and SS plus characters on a consistent basis, it's really not that useful, but you need to do it anyway just so you can get the currency for the store, because there is some really good stuff inside the store that you want to get, that you definitely want to purchase if you can. It is what it is. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot going on that's any different than any other way. So we're pretty slow right now. So we're going to get some new stuff up tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a BB Dong event, the new Rakasha BB Dong. And we'll go ahead and jump into her. And we'll be doing a video on as we level her up. We'll be focusing on some people have been asking me to do videos about number of shards it takes to take an SS plus up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll do a video on that, and that'll be sometime next week. Once we get the event, we'll have to make a decision as to when to get her, because I'll most likely be building her up immensely. I've got about over 5,000. I think I'm up to 5,500 shards at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 56. About 5630 in terms of actual 5635 actually. In terms of that, so that's pretty good setup right there. That should get me really, really, really close, and then combine that with what I've already built up into the actual once the actual mats that I have inside of. I'm not going to put them in tanks here, but just to show you, as you can see, 1191, 934. 335. So I've got another couple thousand inside of here. So I should have enough to max out BB Dong at 5 moon, or very, very, very close to it. I'll be able to get her up to probably close to a moon just without even using my other shards. So we definitely want to focus on that as well. But we'll take a number in that and see how much it is for an SS plus character. Because this is, this is what all new characters are. They are always going to be SS plus. So that's what you should be focusing and trying to build your team around. It's unfortunately exceedingly difficult to get SS plus characters unless you participate in the event. That's one thing that I have noticed. Getting the shards, to actually summon the character, getting those initial shards, they need to increase the output of the SS plus chests just a bit. They're giving you some. Remember, once you only need the shards to create it. So you only need the base shards to create the character. Once you create the character, you no longer need to worry about SS shards, SS plus shards for that character. You want to get them, of course, for the divine skill, but you really just need that 130. Okay, so they need to up the occurrence of the SS plus shards just a bit. Okay, it's going to be really difficult if you miss one of these events for a character. I know that they space them out over a 3 or 4 or 5 week period. You should definitely be able to take part in it sometime, but they do need to come up because there's really no place to get SS plus shards except in those events. At the end of the BB Dong event, next week they'll have another BB Dong event. That'll be a BB Dong event directly. We'll get 20 more shards for her. The event after that will be an event where you you won't get her shards directly. What it'll be is it'll be an announcement for the new character, okay? Uh, Whoever that's going to be, whether it's going to be Wrong Wrong, Wu, Tang San, whoever, which one of the three they've data mined will be introduced. And inside of there, in the Soulmaster sale, will be a chest that will have a chest for 20 shards, and BB Dong will be in there along with BB Dong. Clear Sky will be in there, Bo will be in there, Red will be in there. All the SS characters released to date will be inside of that chest. Of course, you want to take the 20, of course, for BB Dong, simply because of the fact that you need the 20 shards to summon her, and I'm going to summon her because she is, as I said before, my favorite character. So I'm definitely going to be summoning her, of course. But if this is a chance for you to get 20 shards of something that so you can bid it, but that's the only way to really get an amount of shards. And then they sometimes have events in the middle of other events where they'll throw a box in there. So what you want to be doing is you want to be hunting every single event that pops up. The first thing you want to look for is to see whether or not there's an SS plus chest somewhere that you can get, and of course that's what you want to set your sights on, is getting that chest. It's not that important for me because I take part in all of the events consistently. I log on daily, do my dailies and some of my weeklies. So I've got all of the characters and I've got them all maxed out, except for Tang. But as I've said before, it really not that whole bunch useful. To be quite honest with you, Rakashi BB Dong would not have actually been that useful either, but she's my favorite character, so that's taking precedent over what I might need for a new team. If you're in my position right now, you probably should not do BB Dong or Tank, as I have not. You should probably wait for Wrong Wrong to come out, because you should already have, if like I say, if you're in my position, you've already got an SS plus tank in Angel Ren. You've got an SS plus melee combatant, a melee attacker in Clear Sky, and you've got a AoE attacker in Bo, Sigurd Bo. So you've got everything you need. What you're lacking is an SS plus healer, but SSIN is sufficient, so you should be. But we know Wrong Wrong's coming out. There's been 3 that have been data mined, or somebody. I don't know if it's accurate, but what they're saying is going to be a Wu, a Tang San, and a Wrong Wrong SS plus. Those are the next 3. Not sure the order. I would hope Wrong Wrong would be first. If we'll find out here in the next week or so, whenever they do the final event for BB Dong, that's when they'll introduce the new character, as I've said before. So at that time, we'll learn who it's going to be. We'll have to see. But we'll go ahead and do it on BB Dong. Like I said, I love BB Dong. She's my favorite character from the anime and in the game. She was the first one that actually took up all the way to Max Moon. I didn't take him into Sun because right when I was going to when it came to the decision to, do I want to take BB Dong into the Sun tier, when bam, they started releasing the new characters, and they came out with Tang San. Of course, everybody wanted to have Tang San. That was like the first SS Tang San. It's like, yay! So everybody wanted him. So that's what they went for him. Then they came out with the one-armed bandit Chen. You had to have him because his S form was the highest attacking in the game, single attacker. So it was obvious that the SS Plus was going to be at the point, probably, if not the most powerful single arm attacker in the game. And he has actually does more damage than Tang San. So that's why. So you had to get for him. And then after that, they just went to SS pluses. So it was really not prudent at the space that they were introducing new SS and SS plus characters. It really wasn't prudent to focus anymore on S characters. Plus, I knew that they would most likely come out with a SS plus BB Dog. I mean, she is one of the most powerful characters in the game. Logic would dictate she'd get an SS plus, and she, of course, is Rakashi BB Dong, which we're in the midst of right now. So it just wasn't prudent to take her up anymore. But I would have if things had been a little bit different. So I'm definitely going to go for SS plus, and we'll see from there. Another thing I liked about the SBB dog was the awesome skill. If you're just starting in the game and you just want to see a cool fight, she made me actually want to not skip fights when she's in there. And that's because her skill right here, she literally sheds these purple spiders, literally shed from her body, run over to the enemy and explode. So it's just fun watching these things. These purple spiders just flow off of her, skitter across the floor, then explode to the enemy. It was just cool. I'd like to just sit and watch it happen. So yeah. So if you're looking for something and you've got some of the shards that you want to go ahead and do on, you might want to just go ahead and do that just for the look of it. It's because it's pretty cool watching these purple spiders skitter across the floor. So that was one of the other cool things I like about her. So I'm going to be interesting to see. I'm saving up all my essence for that, so that I'll be able to take her skill up almost immediately. Today was basically, like I say, I managed to max out the Phoenix. That's what gave me the big bump. Today I was just sort of leveling things out. I took all of my avatars up. Decided to go ahead and even them out to 100. I'm still one short for her. But I will be able to get it here with the next thing. Don't quite have enough to take it up. Oh, I did now. So they're all at 100 now. So just, doing that, I went ahead and brung up. I'm starting to max out my enhancement armors and stuff like that. Because 180, when you start to do enhancements and whatnot, that you get to the cap where you can't take them any higher. So, but I'm in the process of working up all those to 180, and I've got that done, as you can see. Same with the soul bone, just working up the extended bone sets and stuff, because you should be getting sea god sets on these actually. The angel wings are the best right here. The sea god lower and the upper wings. That's the best set. Of course, you don't get the and as I've said before, if you want to know what the best sets are, just look at the ones that are harder to get. Okay, you can't get sea god wings anywhere in the game except during events when they have a chest, and the chest will only have 20 or 30 in there. So that's 20 is what it takes to make one. So sometimes you'll be able to make one. Okay, so again, those are the things you want to look for at events. We have not seen them actually in quite some time. We had some in the Soulbone event, but the last one focused a lot on the Spirit Source. We haven't seen them in a little while, so I expect probably one of the next mini events we'll get after this closes. After the Giant Dragon closes, they're going to pop up probably 2 new events. We'll probably get one side of time limited, and we'll most likely get a standalone event. Probably, don't hold me to this, but most likely it'll be a Rakasha BB Dong event. But we definitely want to look and see if they got any of that. Also, going to start focusing on the SS. You want to start focusing on the Giant Dragon Yu. I mean, he is SS plus. Long way away from being the equivalent to these. To get an SS plus to be functionally this where you'd want to actually replace an SS, you need to get it at about 3 stars. Okay, that needs to be roughly the same enhancement. I've noticed that at about the 3-star mark, your SS plus will start to overtake the SS if they're roughly the same enhancement, and they've got everything else roughly the same. And then at 4-star, it's a clear cut. At 4, at 4 is going to be a 5-star SS. Okay, it's just got higher stats. It's going to be doing more damage. It might not necessarily be more beneficial to your team composition, but at the same time, keep that in mind that it probably will most likely benefit you in some way a little bit more than your SS is. That's just the standard nomenclature that you need to work up. SS plus has better base stats. Okay, but it takes a while to bring these up. So you definitely want to bring up your SSs. So that you can get stronger, advance through things. The story mode, the story mode, even the elite, is just I'm not exactly sure. The story mode is pretty much just a story, which I like. A lot of games tend to, they have like a normal hard mode and whatnot. The format here is a little different. Like the PvE is giving me absolutely no problem whatsoever. I skip through everything. I haven't done an actual PvE match in 3 months, 4 months. I actually haven't had to do anything. I've been skipping it because my BP is so much higher than the story mode is at. And I'm just, I'm matching the story mode in basis of what they're giving me. The game's gated, so there's only certain ways. Like I can't get into 42 until I get 94. I'm only in 93 right now. I skipped all of these, and I'm skipping all of these, but you can only get 3 of these a day. So I'm really not doing any type of. So PVE should not be a problem. You should be able to be getting through it fairly easy. If you've got at least one SS plus character, you shouldn't be having much of a trouble. But you want to go through those. You just level up, okay? It's time consuming, but you get the sausages. Look for sausages anywhere you can find sausages. Purchase them. Okay, this right here is your lifeblood. Okay, I purchase sausages whenever I see them. That's why I have some. Every time I look for sausages, and you can get them on a daily basis. They have them in certain places throughout the game, so you always want to look for them. And if you can find them, you want to grab them. Okay, because it's easy stuff. So anytime you can get across sausages, purchase them and use them to that stamina. That's a free 60 in stamina. Use it. Do the mats, and just keep doing it over and over and over again. You can purchase, you can purchase the stamina with diamonds. I do that. I will purchase up to 150. And I'll purchase enough. I'll purchase when it gets to 150 diamonds for 60. That's when I stop. Well, sometimes I'll actually do that once, but generally not. I do try to do it sometimes because you should be getting 2 a day minimum of the sausages, because they always have the 2 inside of the Heaven Dew Festival, which you should be doing every day. This is something that is this is standard. This is a daily challenge for me. I do this every day, mainly because I really, really like the fact that I've been able. This is what allowed me to max out Ayen's divine skill. Was this right here, and it's what's going to allow me to max out the other skills for the other ones. Now that I'm finished with Ayen, I'm going to start focusing on Chen and Tian, and maxing out their divine skills from this, because you get 10 shards each day. That's 60 shards or 70 shards a week. Then 140. That's enough to do it like twice. And then it's at like 400 as the last one. But you can do that in a month and a half. You can have that. Okay, so if you do it, you just so make sure that you do 100 times. That doesn't take long to do. I mean, it roughly translates to about purchasing the stamina, till you get 150, and then using 4 or 5 sausages should be enough to get you to doing 100. So it's easily something that can easily be done, and as you can see, I never run out of diamonds. So that's where we're at now. The time limited buy is gone. I hope everybody participated in that. It's one of the best and most generous events they have out there. The sales are ridiculous. You can get excellent prices on some of that stuff. Some of it's a little pricey, so you got to be careful, but most of it's generous. Okay, and as well as I should build up a buffer on some of those mats. So it's definitely something to pursue, but it's gone. It'll be back. It's not something that is never going to occur again. Thank God. It'll be back probably probably sometime next month, sometime early July. We'll probably see it again, and you definitely want to predict in that as well too, because it's good. But for right now, there's not a whole lot. Just make sure you participate in the Dragon event, get him, and start working on him. But it's going to take a while, but you can definitely get those shards. This is an excellent time. This gives you a chance to get 20 for the jack. This is 20, 40, 60. There's 60 shards. And here is another 30 shards. So that's 90 shards. So you get 90 shards for the Phoenix and the Scorpion and you get 30 shards for the line, because he's only in this one. He's not in the two previous ones. Okay, and then you get another 20, 40, 60, 80, 6, no, that's 20, 40, 60. Well, that's a lot. Is that 120? 20, 40, 60, 90, that's 120. So if you do not have the Scorpion, you can get him right here in the Soul Beast Evasion. So just do sweep 1 instead of sweep 10. Just do sweep 1 consistently. I know it takes time, but that'll spawn you a bunch of Soul Beast. I didn't do any today. I finished it out yesterday. Yeah, just sweep 1 and you'll be able to get this. And this one here will allow you to get the Scorpion. I'm using him right now as my Soul Beast, or as my avatar. He's the best one that you can get early. Okay, I use him a little bit more than the Phoenix. Of course, I had the Scorpion Max. Now with the Phoenix Max, I might alternate, see which one works best and what. But yeah, they're both very good. So definitely want to participate in this event. Excellent for getting your Spirit Beast up to where it needs to be. All right, so that's all I got. So we'll probably do something over the next day or two, go over the events and stuff and see what's going on. And we'll talk a little bit more about what we're going to be seeing in terms of Rakasha BB Dog. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff on her. Some of the people who actually purchased some of the, purchased some of the, you could have got her in the last event if you purchased enough. If you spent enough, you could have actually got her. You could have bought enough shards to actually get her. And some of the people that have got her say that she's like super OP. So we'll have to see. So I'll try to get a little bit more information on that. But I hear a lot of people saying that she's actually carrying some of the teams. So, but well, her S version was pretty darn strong too, to be blunt. So it's not surprising. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. All right. So again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you do that, you'll see the bell. Click on it, and they'll notify you each time I drop a video. Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.